Sometimes I find myself asking, how can anyone still believe in God? With what we know about the world now, how can anyone still believe that the Bible is true? Is it just brainwashing? If you tell a child every day that bananas are poisonous, that child will probably get sick if they eat a banana. It's psychosomatic, you see? They know they've eaten poison. They know they've eaten poison because that's what they've been told their entire lives. So of course they feel sick. Of course they feel as if they've been poisoned. Think about the placebo effect. You give a patient sugar pills, no medicine in them at all, and they feel better. The pills helped because the patient believes they've helped. Oddly enough, even if you tell the patient they've taken a placebo, it still makes them feel a little bit better. Not as much, but it still makes them feel better, which is kind of like eating a dog turd and believing it tastes like a fucking Milky Way. But I guess that there is some subjectivity even in objective experience. What is God? A placebo. Really, God is a placebo. I know that's not an original observation to me, but it really is the truth. The universe is big and scary. People you love are dying. Everything's gone to shit. Well, don't worry, buddy, because guess what? Guess what, buddy? God has got your back. It may not seem like he does. It may not seem like it. You know, even if your son rapes your daughter and your wife kills herself and you're fired from your job and your dog gets a brain tumor and you need $5,000 worth of dental work because you've got abscessed teeth and your car breaks down and your house is foreclosed on and your left hand mysteriously stops working, oh God, what's going on? Don't fear, because God's got your back. You see, all of this shit you're going through now, that's just a test. That's just a test. Of course it's just a test. That's not what life's all about. Once this pitiful mortal body dies, you will go to heaven, a land of eternal bliss, where you will basically float on a cloud of silk and play Xbox and get blown by whatever kind of person or thing you want to get blown by, or if you want to get blown at all. And if you're a female, then you're getting eaten out. If you want to be eaten out, whatever, it's heaven. Whatever your idea of paradise is, that's what's gonna fucking exist there, and there's gonna be no suffering. And you know how, like, sometimes you wake up and your back kind of hurts or you got a stiff neck or something? That don't fucking happen in heaven. You just feel good all the goddamn time, better than you ever felt here on earth, all right? That's heaven. And it's a placebo. It's a placebo. It doesn't really do anything but make you feel better. That's all it does. How? By giving you a new perspective. By telling you that all the suffering you're going through now should be looked at in the larger context of your immortal life of pure bliss in a magical kingdom that you will go to after you die. And why does God want to do this for you? It's because He loves you. He loves you, and He loves you unconditionally. Well, maybe not quite unconditionally, now that I think about it. There are some conditions, actually. You do have to love Him, you know, which is kind of hard, because He is, honestly, a bit of a fucking cock. Not that there's anything wrong with cock, but there's, you know what I'm saying. He's an asshole. Not that there's anything wrong with assholes. He's a bad fucking guy. That's what I'm saying. He's a bad guy. And you have to worship Him. You have to literally get on your knees and fucking be like, God, I am a piece of shit, and you're fucking awesome, and can you give me strength, and you give me wisdom, and you give me a ping pong table. You don't have to give me a ping pong table if you don't want to. It's just a suggestion. That's worship. And you have to give money to God. Well, more precisely, you have to give money to the priests and preachers and TV evangelists who claim that they can talk to God better than you can. There is a bargain that religious people make. And the bargain goes like this. I will be a mindless drone here on earth that does whatever the fuck I'm told, but then when I die, I get to go to heaven. I get to have pure bliss for all time. And that bargain was probably something a lot of people needed when life was infinitely more cruel than it is now. And of course, some people's lives still are very cruel. But today, we have technology, we have medicine, we have infrastructure, we have culture, we have new understandings of the world and our place in it and what our place in it could be in the future. We have things that make our lives less like a pointless struggle and more like a productive enterprise. Humanity, I gotta tell you, your blessings will not come in the next life. Your blessings have come in this one. And they have been delivered to you, not by God, not by religion, not by the priests. They have been brought to you by science. They have been brought to you by reason. They have been brought to you by human emotion and human instinct. Not by God and not by dogma. Jesus claimed to heal the sick. Well, guess what? Science actually has. God could destroy cities with his wrath. And guess what? Now man can do that too. I hope we don't ever do it again, but it's something that we do have the capability of doing with one single bomb. God said he'd give you bliss and freedom from suffering and immortality. Well, science has given us a higher quality of life. And it's given us freedom from many forms of suffering, and it frees us from more suffering all the time. Science has given us a higher quality of life. What God and Jesus and all the other gods throughout human history have claimed they would do, science has actually done. And science continues to improve our lives. One day, it might even give us immortality. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to comment on it, rate it, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, and buy my book. It's down below. Ha ha ha.